Hello and welcome to this video. I'm so excited to film this today because recently I was feeling really discouraged about where I was at, and yet I really couldn't point my finger to what was happening or what was going on. And then I started tracking my personal habits and my business success, and it all started to make sense. And I know that there are so many of you guys out there who probably feel the same way or who have felt this way at one point or another. So I just really wanted to bring light to this and show you a little bit about how things are connecting and where I'm finding more business success and more personal success by tracking these numbers and how they relate to each other. So without further ado, let's go ahead and dive in. Okay, so understanding the connection between personal habits and business success, I think, is so crucial. So, a lot of times, if we are falling behind on business, we think, oh, I need to put more time into the business. But what I'm seeing and what data is showing me is sometimes if we're falling behind on business, it's actually not beneficial to put more time into the business. Instead, it may be most beneficial to put more time into some other activities that then could directly affect the business. And so I'll share a few examples of where I've seen this be true in my life. And, if this holds true for you, maybe you want to make some of these switches, or maybe you'll start thinking about how different things correlate with each other. Okay, so one of the things that I started doing not too long ago, but I've done this in the past before, is just tracking a lot of things that I'm doing for insights. So I'm tracking various aspects of my life in order to analyze not only like how I'm feeling, but also my business performance and identifying habits and their impact on good business months and lower business months. So for instance, do I have it over here? I'll go ahead and list out some of the things I'm tracking. So for instance, I'm tracking personal habits like how much I sleep, how many steps I take a day, what I'm eating, what my heart rate variability is, what trainings I'm listening to, how long I'm in communities for, how long I engage for each client per day, if I've posted on social media, just like every single metric you could think of about where my time is going and what my habits are showing me. All right, and then tracking business metrics. So recognizing their direct correlation with sales success. So tracking, and I'm sure most of you do this, like tracking how much money you're making that month, but also tracking how much time you're spending working that month. And then how much time, this is the other thing that I haven't seen a lot of people track, is tracking how much time you're spending on training or learning for your business, and then tracking sales related metrics like how many times you've posted that month, as well as how many sales calls you're getting on. So just every little thing that contributes to your business growing. And then the importance of personal habits. So again, acknowledging that the influence of non-business activities actually can contribute or take away from business success. So some key correlations that I have found is one of the things that, like I said, I don't see tracked very often is engaging in daily learning, or daily personal growth, daily like pouring into yourself. I think actually enhances content creation, teaching abilities, and therefore enhances your business. So where you could spend, another hour on a client account or maybe another hour creating content and you're just spinning your wheels, like what I have found is the bigger months I've had in business and the times where I'm actually just pumping out content and it feels really easy, it's actually because I'm consuming more content. And by that, I don't mean scrolling on Instagram or TikTok. I mean actually going into courses I've purchased or communities I'm a part of and listening to the experts and engaging with other people and plugging into the trainings that I have. I found that this helps because then your motivation increases. You have so many thoughts in your brain that you want to share. You're learning, so then you want to teach someone else, and you're feeling really good about things. And I think that motivation piece, a lot of times that can ebb and flow in our business. And I think I've always noticed that January is a really big business month for me. And so I've been trying to think of, is it because there is more demand for what I'm doing? And there might be, because I think what I do, lead generation, people start to think about, oh, I want to outsource at the beginning of the year for this, and they plan for that. But I think the other thing is I'm actively engaging in my learning. I'm motivated each day to get sales. And I think that naturally our motivation decreases throughout the year. And so being able to plug into communities where you get that motivation again, where each day you're inspired and you want to take action, I think is so, so important. So as I keep tracking this, I'll let you guys know the data, but I've definitely seen the days where I'm plugging into trainings, either the next day or whatnot, I'll see that I am producing more content. And I also see that I just feel better overall. I feel more motivated, and that directly affects the business income. All right, another thing that is more personal / health related is improved sleep leads to better focus and reduced mindless scrolling. So again, I could say, oh, I worked 8 hours today. And that's a very general statement. Is it 8 focused hours? Is it 8 hours where you're kind of working, kind of just trying to motivate yourself to work, going back and forth, getting distracted? So what I've seen is if you actually just let yourself sleep however long you need to, this actually really, really helps the day be more productive. And in fact, maybe you would cut down the amount of time you're working. And so then you have time for other things that light you up and you're not feeling as burnt out overall. Or maybe this is something where you're trying to figure out how to take on that extra task, trying to figure out how to have time to do trainings or exercise or any of these things. And maybe that extra hour that you're more focused is giving you an hour back to be able to do those things. So I absolutely see on the days where I'm getting more sleep that I feel more productive, that I'm able to get more done. And it's just a better work day overall. And the more productive work days you have, the more money you're going to make in your business. All right, another thing that I've seen is more mental health. Things like meditation improves your alignment with your goals. So I think that for me, when I have tracked like time I've meditated or time I've engaged in more of that personal development, spiritual development, I feel so connected to what I'm doing, why I'm doing it, what exactly my goals are. And I think that in those times, I'm more able to hit them because I'm clearly focused on what I'm doing. I have that mindfulness, I have that reflection. And I think that really boosts creativity and just the ability and motivation to show up. So again, a lot of these things aren't actually things you would think about when you're like, oh, I need to pull more money into my business or I need more clients. But I would say all of these for me have a direct correlation on how my business is going. So for you, it's about finding those metrics that matter specifically for you. And you can only do that by tracking your data. So like I said, track personal habits alongside business metrics and start to identify patterns and correlation to optimize your specific performance. Maybe spending more time on your hobbies actually increases your focus. Maybe, working out more times a week actually makes it so that you are more willing to sit down and create content and be more social. So you don't know how different things impact you until you start tracking them. And so I really, really would encourage it. I'm just tracking, honestly, on Google Sheets, nothing too complicated, nothing too techy. I guess you could also journal it. For me, it's just easier to write down like amounts of time and numbers and stuff like that. All right, so after watching this, I hope that you take action, discover what things work together to give you the most optimized daily performance so that you can hit your goals. And I just challenge you to also track some key metrics. inside and outside of business and see what kind of lifestyle works best for you, see when you are optimally performing, and I hope that that helps you achieve your goals and really leads you to some better insight around yourself and your routines and lifestyle so you can make the most educated choices for your business. So thank you so much for watching this video. I'm really happy that you're here. If you want to see more business and lead generation content, please subscribe and like this video if you feel like it has helped you. Thanks so much for being here, and I'll see you in the next video.